old. And the original law said 16. Let's try 16, because it wasn't so sick and twisted back then, 1998, COPPA, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. So, but various lobbying, they pushed it down from 16 to 13 and they gutted enforcement. So as long as, and that's why all over the internet, it's, are you 13 or what's your birth year? And as long as you're 13, you're in. For porn, and you have to say you're 18. So because it's a few laws that set this up, we definitely need laws to undo it, especially for kids. So what I'm advocating is, let's do the easy stuff, the high impact stuff for kids, because that is totally not politically controversial. There is no left-right divide on that. And that's been true everywhere. Australia, Britain, the EU, everywhere. Regulating the internet for adults, regulating social media for its destructive properties in democracy is a hell of a lot harder. And I don't have easy answers. There's a lot we could do to reduce the virality, the spread of because extreme so there are lots of little things that we can do. And Frances Haugen, the Facebook whistleblower, had all kinds of ideas. So we definitely can do things to make it less toxic for democracy. But those are going to be politically controversial because one side is going to benefit from more than the other. So it's going to be very difficult to do. I don't know if we can do them in the US, but let's just all protect the kids. That way we show globally that we actually can do something. And if we do that, then I think we will be able to do some basic things about AI, like no companion chatbots if you're under 18. These things already have a body count. A lot of kids have been encouraged to kill themselves. They already have driven millions or hundreds of thousands or millions of people into psychosis. So we'll be able to, I believe, put some limits on AI, especially for kids. But if we can't get this, if we can't win on social media for kids, then I don't think we have any chance to regulate AI. It's going to be much more difficult. What do you think? What do you think we should do? And what do you think we can do?
So my work as a doctor, I think about what we can do and how I can empower people to first build awareness. So, I aim to first normalize and validate the experience with everyone who is engaging with chatbots. And so I don't like to shame people because as a doctor, right, like you want to meet the patient where they are. And so I won't shame someone to say, why are you using this? Why is your boyfriend AI? Or why are you getting married to AI? Or why are you using AI for a therapist? One of my followers on social media, it still makes me laugh. I put out a call saying, why are you using AI as a therapist, And so someone wrote to me, it was great. I screenshotted, it said, because all human therapists are trash, with the trash can emoji. And it made me laugh. And I said, so to me, when I think about what's happening and what we can do, it's no mistake that we're here right now. So the pandemic, like we've talked about, was a huge driver. Social isolation, hyper-reliance on self, right? Then the proliferation of technology that replaced human interaction, Zoom board meetings, Zoom funerals, Zoom birthday parties, Zoom graduations, things that we did in person are now online. And then personally as a doctor, I was a talking head during the pandemic for lots of news channels about the vaccine. I have a background in public health as well. Immense distrust and mistrust in establishment and experts. And so it's like, I'm going to do my own research. I'm not going to go see a doctor or a therapist. I'm going to talk to my chatbot. And also, let's keep it real, the cost, right? So people are struggling. They're in financial crises. There's an unmet need, yes, for human connection, but also for good therapy or, good medical care because there is such a need because of the pandemic and people aren't getting the care that they need, that they deserve. There's so many factors here. And so what I've been focusing on this year particularly is learning about AI chatbots, how they are influencing mental health, what is actually happening. Because I'm a human first, AI second person. It's like my work focuses on high touch and AI is high. And this is the first intervention that we are seeing that is high tech that is becoming high touch. And that scares me.
And you're writing a book about that at the moment, right?
I am. And so
Bot Brain.
It's called Bot Brain, How to Stay Calm, Resilient, and Human in the Face of AI. And so really thinking about how are we going to be able to live with this technology? I love Jonathan's stance is to say, out, AI companions, done.
For kids, yeah.
For kids, yeah.
Until proven safe.
Totally agree. But in terms of adults, like how do we manage that for adults, And so my work focuses right now what I'm doing is I've spent the year talking to as many AI researchers who are working on these models or who are doing research on the downstream effects of these models. And when I say that it is dark and dystopian it has profoundly changed something in me, and it has influenced my mental health. I had to take a step away from just because I couldn't believe what I was learning.
Wait, could you just give us examples?
Yeah, the teaser.
This is intriguing.
I spoke to one of the scientists who told me that, there's the echo chamber phenomenon in social media, right? Where we all know what that is. It's like it's a fragmented world because of social, and you're engaging, and then you get the algorithm feeds you the same kind of thoughts that you already have. But particularly now with AI chatbots, when you're engaging with your chatbot, even just talking about it, I'm getting chills. It's the echo chamber of one. So it's you speaking to you. It's like the funhouse mirror, and then it's giving you a response, and then you're talking and it's giving you a response. But people, regular users who are using AI chatbots, think that it's wise, compassionate, non-judgmental, unbiased, empathetic, these human attributes. And so, the echo chamber of one is kind of one idea that really frightened me. And the second one was the drift phenomenon. The drift phenomenon is this idea that you are engaging with your chatbot, and it's engaging with you, and it's actively changing your beliefs through the drift. So you might start off as one belief, and then you're talking, and through this amplification funhouse mirror effect, it slowly shifts your belief to something altogether different. You've heard cases of it in the news where people, you have a plumbing problem. You go to your AI chatbot, you ask them how to fix your sink, and then you're like, you know what? Can you tell me about the meaning of life? And then you start talking about that. And before you know it, you have these theories and you're getting that validation. And so a lot of my work over the past year has been, digging into the science of what is going on in the brain. How are you forming us, particularly at this table, but millions of people are forming a sense of attachment, a therapeutic connection with their chatbot. And so how does that happen? And how is it going to replace human-to-human connection? And so it terrifies me. I've also gone through some AI therapy myself just to see, what would happen. It was very interesting. I knew what was happening as it was happening. So certain words that they used, and I was like, I see what you did here.